Acumatica users love our dashboards, and they're always seeking continuous innovation to the ways that they can visualize data and be more efficient on these dashboards. Starting in Acumatica 21R1, users can now add KPI meters, funnel charts, and link tiles to their dashboards. We can even now copy and paste dashboard widgets for faster implementations and sharing of data. Within my instance of Acumatica, I am on a Sales Manager dashboard where we see examples of these new tiles, or widgets, including my link tiles, my meter tiles, and my funnel tile. Let's start with link tiles. The way that you add a link tile to your dashboard is by selecting the Add a New Widget button and selecting a link. These links can be to either workspaces or forms, like reports, or in my example, I have a link for my sales manager to be able to quickly assign leads or opportunities. This is an extremely fast way for users to navigate into other areas of the system directly from their dashboard. I'll show you one more example on my AR clerk dashboard. I have a number of reports that he or she can easily launch into from that dashboard screen. Back on my Sales Manager dashboard, let's move right along and take a look at these meter tiles. In my example, I have one for sales versus quota. Of course, I have a generic inquiry behind this information where I can see my sales team's quota information versus their year-to-date quota and year-to-date sales. And in order to create the meter, I can define what the thresholds for my red, yellow, green in this example look like. So we'll configure that meter and take a look. A couple of things to note. Number one, all KPI widgets can now have a visualization type for them. So they can either be the new item, which is a meter, or they can be a scorecard, which are those colorful tiles that we're used to. Now, of course, we have the meter example. I have selected red, yellow, and green, and I have applied an inquiry field in my example to pull those normal level types and alarm level types from. So I could put an absolute value, for example, anytime we hit $3 million, we'll consider that our normal level. But I actually have an inquiry field that is being pulled for the annual weighted quota. In other words, if my quota changes throughout the course of the year, I will not have to go back in and change this dashboard widget every time. We can now use inquiry fields, and we can even use percent values as well. So we can always keep that data dynamic and fresh and eliminate the need for you to have to constantly update those meter or KPI tiles. Data can now also be sorted in funnels, as you're seeing here. So this is added by simply selecting a new chart on your dashboard, choosing the type funnel, and then you can sort data as you would in some of the existing charts on Acumatica dashboards. So definitely take a look at those funnel charts as well. Just in the essence of time today, I won't be able to go into the configuration of every one of our features. What I will do, though, is just remind you that you can now copy and paste dashboard tiles. So if you did want to simply take this sales versus quota tile, copy that, and paste it onto another dashboard, that just takes a matter of 1 or 2 clicks here. Take that sales versus quota, go over to my management dashboard, and I will simply paste it. It's very, very quick and easy to do. I'm a big fan of the copying and pasting of dashboard widgets. And to recap here, well, that's because we can share critical business information much faster, and we can also implement dashboards much faster with that copy and paste piece. As far as the new dashboard tiles, a lot of functionality there, great visualization, and really hope you all can start to take advantage of those new tiles. Next up, in our Usability and Reporting section, let's take a look at generic inquiry and side panel enhancements. Generic inquiries and side panels are a huge part of what makes Acumatica so user-friendly, especially on the reporting side. I'll demonstrate the first 2 bullets on this slide, visibility conditions for side panels and reordering tabs in side panels, but please note a few additional enhancements. You can now change the IDs of generic inquiries in Acumatica. You can also navigate to external UIs from generic inquiry results, and even change the table for your notes and files as you attach them to a generic inquiry or record, which is something we did not have control over in past releases. Let's highlight our side panel enhancements. I've taken you to a generic inquiry for all of the business accounts in my system. And with visibility conditions, we can now determine what information the side panel shows, or if it shows at all. In this example, when I look at my business account query and select a customer record, naturally I see a customer account in my side panel. But with the new visibility conditions, if I select a vendor, my side panel is going to refresh to insert that vendor record instead. This is because we have added conditions to the query under the Navigation tab. You can see that we've added some new fields here as far as visibility conditions. In our example, we've said if it's a vendor record, then we want the visibility condition to equal vendor, versus a customer record, of course, will equal customer. You can also now drag and drop these navigation targets if you would like to reorder the structure on the side panel, again, saving a lot of time when actually implementing or making changes to the views of these side panels. I'll provide one more example of these visibility conditions using my opportunities generic inquiry. You can see that here, when I am looking at an opportunity that has an open status, I can very easily see that opportunity record in my side panel. However, when I select an opportunity that is lost, the side panel disappears completely, based on a visibility condition that I have set. While I'm here, it gives me another opportunity to show you one more usability enhancement in 21R1, and that is screen captions. We've now placed these screen captions front and center on all records in Acumatica, which just makes it a little bit easier from a usability perspective to identify exactly which record you're on. Instead of having to look at the field that identifies the opportunity and the description or the subject, we see that very clearly at the top of the screen. Another great example, in my opinion, of folks that would care about things like screen captions, maybe finance folks. Definitely important for all individuals using Acumatica, but those that are maybe heads down doing a lot of data entry, in my opinion, just being able to really quickly see that screen caption will help them quite significantly. So here we see an example of a payment, same thing here, and you could actually change the way that those screen captions are formatted if you need to do so. A lot of great enhancements coming out of generic inquiries and side panels in this release. Again, we've gotten some great feedback on side panels over the last 2 years, so very excited to introduce these in 21R1, including some of the additional enhancements, such as changing the IDs of a generic inquiry. Small, but powerful. Finally, I did have an opportunity to mention one of our other usability enhancements, which has to do with screen captions. But the last one that I would like to introduce today is an improvement around our AP inbox or our AP recognition. And that is the ability to take an incoming document and scan it for cross-references of inventory IDs. Now, in the first release of our AP recognition, we were able to identify inventory IDs, but we know that a lot of vendors actually use different inventory IDs, and cross-references support that in the Acumatica product, so we've simply extended the cross-reference functionality to our AP recognition. One more way that you can take a new and exciting feature like AP recognition and continue innovating that through artificial intelligence and machine learning.